John Gill, Psalms chapter 91, verse 6. Scripture, quote, "Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness," unquote. John Gill, quote, "Some think, and not without cause, that what is figuratively expressed in the preceding verse is here explained. And indeed, the pestilence may well be called the terror by night. The name of the plague at a distance is terrible. The near approach of it is more so. When it enters a country, city, or town, what fleeing is there from it? And in the night season, it is more dreadful than in the day. Not only to think of it in the gloomy watches of the night, but to see the vast numbers carried out, to be interred, and to hear the dismal cry, 'Bring out your dead.' And so it is here said to walk in darkness, in the darkness of the night, or to arise from dark and unknown causes, when it moves and walks through cities, towns, and villages, and there is no stopping it. And this also may be the arrow that flieth by day, which flies as swift as an arrow, and that flies as swift as a bird. This is taken out of the Lord's quiver, has its commission and direction from him, and does execution by day and by night. The plague that smote the firstborn in Egypt was in the night, and that which was in David's time, and might be the occasion of penning this Psalms, began in the day." Exodus chapter 12, verse 29. From the King James Bible, quote, "And it came pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle," unquote. "Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday," unquote. John Gill, quote, "as the pestilence, which may be increased and rage the more through the heat of the day, and which destroys great numbers wherever it comes. 70,000 were taken off in 3 days by the plague occasioned by David's numbering of the people. The Targum is," quote, "of a company of devils that destroy at noonday," unquote. That is, "Thou shalt not be afraid." Some think respect is had to a pestilential hot wind, common in the eastern countries, which begins to blow at 8 o'clock in the morning, and is hottest at noon, which instantly suffocates persons, burns them, and reduces them to ashes presently, which the Arabs call Salamil, Sammiel, or a poison wind, unquote. End of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 6, John Gill's exposition of the entire Bible verse by verse.